Good morning, Ms. Williams. Can you hear us?
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I can, sir. Thank you.
Are you ready?
I am ready. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. The first quarter meeting of 2025, meeting number 001-2025 of the Virgin Islands Casino Control Commission is hereby called to order. Today is Wednesday, March 12th, 2025. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Commissioner Luther F. Renee,
Present.
Commissioner Carolyn P. Herman Purcell,
Present.
Commissioner Marvin L. Pickering.
Present.
Mr. Chairman, all present, no absence.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The commission is comprised of 3 members. All 3 members are present, thereby a quorum is established. Madam Clerk, please read the rest of the agenda into the record.
Continuing on with the agenda, approval, item number 3, approval of minutes of November 20, 2024. Agenda item number 4, reports of officers. 4A, Secretary Treasurer's report. 4B, Vice Chair's report. 4C, Chairman's report. Agenda item number 5, report of the Division of Gaming Enforcement, DGE. Agenda item number 6, new business. 6A, approval of VICCC resolution number 001-2025. 6B, approval of VICCC licensure resolution number 001-2025. 6C, approval of VICCC resolution number CL-002-2025. Issuance of casino license to Treasure Bay VI LLC, Great Tree Shores Inc., and Lime Star LLC to operate Vivi Carina Bay Casino. Agenda item 7, any other business, and agenda number 8, adjournment.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. I'd like to remind all in attendance to put their cell phones on vibrate or turn them off completely. I'd like to recognize others in this hearing. We have Attorney Kelvin Vidal, VICC Legal Counsel. We have Executive Director Linda Smith, Licensing and Compliance Officer Marble Austri, Director Oliver David, the DGE. Our IT support specialist in the back, Mr. Dingo Dabla. We have our senior licensees. We have Mr. Schiefer, AGL. We have Mr. Bork. We have Ms. Barnes. Good to see you, Ms. Barnes. Good morning. And we have Mr. Capers. I think that was good. Thank you. Thank you. We have our stenographer or court reporter, Ms. Canadian Williams, joining us report remotely. Good morning again, Ms. Williams.
Good morning.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Moving on to The next order of business, we have item number 3 on the agenda, which is the approval of the commission's minutes from our November 20th, 2024 meeting. Motion, do I hear a motion, please?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning. Mr. Chair, I move that we accept the minutes of the VICCC of November 20th, 2024. I so move.
A second motion.
Thank you. The motion has been moved by Commissioner Renee. The motion to approve the minutes from our November 20th, 2024 meeting has been moved by Commissioner Renee and seconded by Commissioner Purcell. Hearing no objection, the motion is hereby adopted. Moving on to the next order of business on the agenda is item number 4, officers, report of officers. We will begin with the Secretary Treasurer's report, followed by the Vice Chair's report, and then the Chair's report. Commissioner Renee, Secretary Treasurer, you may proceed.
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman. In my capacity as VICC Secretary Treasurer, the following are highlights of some notable activities that I was engaged in last quarter for the period ending beginning November 21st, 2024 and ending March 12th, 2025. On December the 5th last year, 2024, I participated in a VICC hearing to address a patron's formal complaint. January 18th, 2025, participated in a bid review meeting for the replacement of the Commission's AC condensing unit. January 21st, 2025, participated in the Department of Federal Emergency Management Agency recovery transition meeting for the official closeout of the small capital grant funding for expenses incurred by the Commission during Hurricane Irma and Maria in 2017. January 22nd, 2025, participated in employee performance evaluations. And January 23rd, 2025, participated in a staff evaluation and assessment meeting. January 23rd, 2025, I chaired the first meeting of VICC's 30th anniversary celebration committee. This year-long celebration of community-based events and activities will be held throughout the territory to commemorate the Virgin Islands Casino and Resort Control Act of 1995. That is the legal framework governing the casino and resort operations. In January 24th, 2025, participated once again in employee performance evaluations. January 31st, 2025, participated in VICC executive meeting number 001-2025, where I was elected as VICC Secretary Treasurer by unanimous vote. February 4th, 2025, attended the VICC General Staff meeting and participated in the discussion of the submission of the committee's FY 2024 annual report and the Commission's achievement of attaining unmodified designation for the VICC FY 2022 audit results. This is the second consecutive year the Commission has been granted an unmodified designation. February 14, 2025, participated again in employee performance evaluations. March 6, 2025, participated in a draft review meeting for online gaming and internet sports betting with the Innovation Group. Mr. Chair, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Renee. Director David. Ms. Barnes. Mr. Capers. 2025, 30th year of the Casino Control Commission. And those, a couple of you may have been there from inception. So we had our 30th year, we plan to let the public know that we've been here for 30 years. Right? Moving on to
Doing good things.
doing good things. In spite of a little blemish in
Hey,
there,
that's
but
okay.
doing good things.
Doing good things.
That's right. Commissioner, Madam Vice Chair.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. For my report during the same reporting period, November 21st, 2024 to March 12th, 2025. My report is in our packet. I'd like to just highlight some of the activities, a particular note. I drafted and submitted a proposal entitled "We Have a Story to Tell: The Virgin Islands Casino Control Commission and the Building of Culturally Adaptive Problem Gambling Awareness Initiative." And this was submitted to the National American Gaming Regulators Association. The proposal, I'm happy to say, was accepted for presentation at the 2025 NAGRA Education and Training Conference that's scheduled for June 1st of 2025 in Nashville, Tennessee. The presenters of that will include the chairman, Mr. Pickering, Deputy Commissioner Renard Steele from the Department of Health, and myself. And that presentation will focus on where we go to seminars and conferences and different trainings concerning problem gambling, and we've been made aware that it has to be cited, it has to focus on the culture where the gambler is coming from to be able to be effective. You have to understand why culture is impacting the gambler's choices, how he views or he or she views gambling, and then be able to then tailor the treatment in that way. And in this time period, the commission, with different things we were doing, we did a radio ad where we went in and we changed. The radio ad was voice, with, they call it elevator music, and just a generic voice. And we realized, because council brought it to our attention, that may not speak to the local residents. So we went back, voiced it with a person, a local person, and added Quilver music. And that announced our launch for PlayWiseVI.org. But that's what the conference, our presentation at that conference will be, the things that we have realized we need to adapt for a population predominantly Black in the Caribbean, 3 small islands. That may be what we do on the mainland, in the mainland United States, the 1-800 gambler, and the different resources, while good, may not be effective. And also what led us to partner with the Division of Health with that memorandum of understanding to say we have to have counselors located in the territory. We provided for 3 on each island district who can understand, knows the community from where the gambler is coming from or the family that needs help, and then tailor the treatment in that matter so it can be effective. And so that's what our presentation will focus on, what we have been doing at the commission to try, as far as what part of our mandate, to provide programs that address problem gambling disorders and addiction. So I was very happy with that. We worked really hard on that presentation, and just the fact that you were accepted by NAGRA to be a presenter at that conference. I also participated in patron and licensing hearings, participated in the staff performance evaluations. My colleagues elected me vice chair for a 1-year term. Thank you, colleagues. attended a general staff meeting, participated in issues affecting the operation in the building, the air conditioning and other items, and then finally participated in review of the online game and expansion report prepared by the innovative group. So, Mr. Chairman, that completes my report and my activities for the period.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. And as was stated earlier, the commission doing good things, if I may say so myself. And you mentioned the fact that ad. And you know, we have our executive meetings where we discuss, you know, a number of things. And when we preview that particular item you're talking about, you know, and council will read in. Maybe I didn't like how we said it. But we listen, you know.
Yes, we did.
We listen to our staff, you know, and if they have, you know, good recommendations, we want
Even
to.
bad, we always listen.
Yeah, you know,
Until you have to accept it.
that's right. Sure. And that was a very good one, and you know, we went back and we thought, yeah, he has a point. You know, and especially if we are speaking about, you know, culturally sensitive training, counseling, you know, that was a very good point. You know, and we look forward to making our presentation, because I think we have a good story to tell. And we're gonna be doing it on a national team, you know, so we look forward to that. So, chairman's report for the same period, some activities have been mentioned by my colleagues, so I won't repeat them. But December, we convened a special meeting hearing, which was number 003-2024, BGE versus vendors, which was a petition for removal from the exclusion list. We appeared at a press conference to sign the MOU with the Department of Health. Commissioner Casal just expanded on that. But present at that hearing was Commissioner of Health, Commissioner Pusta and Cancion, along with certain members of our staff, present as well. That was a very important initiative on our part, not to be redundant, but you know, we recognize that there is some form of gambling addiction here in not just St. Croix, territory wide. And we have the commission has a mandate, as was mentioned earlier, to provide programs that will address, you know, gambling addictions. Not that, you know, some people said, you know, you want to stop people from gambling. No, we don't want to stop people from gambling. You know, they have to realize that it's a form of entertainment. You know, when it becomes a problem, you know, the entire society suffers. You know, as and you've heard me say this before, when I was in a prior life, when I was regional rum. We don't want people drinking more rum. Right? We don't want people drinking more rum. We don't want people gambling more. We want more people to gamble. Right? But we have to address that there are some. And some time ago, earlier on in my tenure here, I remember Mr. Caper saying that we don't have I don't want to put words in your mouth, but the empirical data, you know, to know, you know, how many people are reaching out for help. This website that Vice Chair mentioned, VICCC, that all, we have the capability to measure those analytics, who has visited that site, how long they've been in the site, et cetera, et cetera. So, and I want to thank you, casino licensees, for agreeing to put up the posters, on your casinos. We certainly appreciate it, and we know that we are partners in this effort, to address a problem and responsibility. I want to thank you for that permission. Thank you very much. January 27th. I attended the State of the Territory address, where news was made at that State of the Territory address. Mentioned a meeting with vendors, regarding the meeting with the AC. Meeting. We have a hearing with Ranger American for the application for the renewal of non-gaming related license. Convened executive meeting number 002/2025. We convened a meeting with the innovation group that was mentioned earlier. We have on the statute, we have the Internet Gambling and Gaming Act. That's been on the books since 2001, 2002. Sports betting, internet gaming has taken off since 2018 across the United States. We've had that statute on our books since that time, 2001, 2002. Those rules and regs and all the statutes have been revisited. We have some recommendations to those, and we look forward to presenting those to various stakeholders within the near future. And we commissioned a market impact analysis, which was done by the innovation group. We had a meeting regarding the draft, and we finalized that. We plan within the next over the next 90 days or so to have a summit where we invite the various stakeholders, the casino licensees, of course, governor, lieutenant governor, their key people, the legislature, and other interested parties. So we look forward to that, getting input before we move on to the final stage, which is to have the statutes and rules and regs amended. Moving on to the financial matters and other related activities. For the period October 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024, the Commission issued a total of 46 licenses and statements of compliance in various categories as follows. We have casino employees, 7, casino key employees, 7, statement of compliance. Statements of compliance for casino employees, 18, casino key employees, 10, gaming related 3, and non-gaming related 1. For the same period, we issued 92 work permits, 22 exemptions from licensure, and 23 waivers and waivers from registration and licensure. In regards to the financial report of the Commission, when we had our meeting back in November, the fiscal year 2024 results were not available. We will now report on the results for that period. Actual revenues for fiscal year 2024 were $548,509 versus budgeted projections of $2,294,500 or $154,009 or 6.43% over budget. The major portion of those revenues came from the GVI for payroll and fringe benefits in the amount of $1,341,906 or 53% of our revenues. Also worthy of note is that $554,417 or 21.8% of the revenues came from the commission's 25% share of the casino revenue fund. You know, the casino revenue fund was funded by the 12% tax paid by casino licensees on the gross casino revenue. Total expenses amounted to $1,834,809, inclusive of the $1,341,906 paid out for salaries and fringe, for a surplus of $713,700. For the current fiscal year, 2025 through December 31st, 2024, total revenues amount to $467,124, with $345,570 being the GBI's contribution for salaries and fringe. Expenses thus far, inclusive of salaries and fringe, amount to $451,926 for a surplus of $15,198. As Commissioner Renee mentioned before, we received our fiscal year 2022 audit report from our auditors, Berkshire and Company. That report was dated January 23rd, 2025, and for the second consecutive year, we received an unqualified opinion. That, in other words, is a clean audit. The Commission is very, very proud of that accomplishment. We worked hard, diligent to restore the public's confidence and trust in this agency. And we will make every attempt to continue to do so. I must mention this, I thought that that was a newsworthy event. Because we sent it out to the media, and it was just one media outlet that reported it. And I got into a little tussle with another media outlet about that, but that's okay. I was reminded last year when we received such an audit, my colleague to my left, admonished me because I did not try to publicize that accomplishment. I learned from that, and I did it. Who didn't this year? So, but again, thanks to the team here at the Commission. Casino gross revenues for the period October 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2024, amounted to $4,215,657 versus $4,640,768 for the same period last year, a decrease of $465,111 or roughly 10%. For the entire fiscal year of 2024, total gross casino revenue amounted to $18,527,093. As mentioned before, the GCR is taxed at a rate of 12%. Commission receives 25%. The remaining 75% is allocated to support certain other government agencies. Other casino licensees employment stats. For the quarter ended December 31st, 2024, both casinos reported a combined gross total payroll of $2,435,035 with a total headcount of 296 employees. Total payroll for the entire 2024 calendar year was $10,427,502 with an average headcount of 312 employees. Other spending for goods and services. The casino hotel licensees reported spending for other goods and services in the amount of $5,167,906, and which were when compared to the same period last year of $5,082,865. There was a slight increase of $85,041, or a little less than 2%. Examples of goods and services include food, liquor, advertising, insurance, legal and professional services, etc., etc. The last item from my report, matters of public interest. As chairman of the commission, I believe it is important to acknowledge for the record matters concerning VIGL Operations LLC, VIGL, and the proposed casino, the Randall James Racetrack, RDJ Racetrack. The commission issued a license to VIGL to operate a casino at the RDJ Racetrack on April 19th, 2024, after extensive investigations into the suitability of the applicants and two public hearings. The terms of the license was set for 1 year as provided by law for an initial license. Again, as required by law, one of the conditions of the license was that construction of the casino was to commence within 6 months of receiving the license. As of October 19, 2024, VIGL had not commenced construction of the casino. During the commission's regular meeting on November 20th, 2024, VIGL was invited to provide a status update on the delay in construction. At that hearing, VIGL was advised that in accordance with the requirements of the CRCA, Casino and Resort Control Act, codified at 32 VI Code 401, etc., it must formally request a 6-month extension if construction could not begin as planned. The commission would then decide, once a statutorily mandated investigation had been conducted by the DG and a public hearing held, whether the extension would be granted. The VIGL finally submitted a request for a 6-month extension on November 22nd, 2024. The commission received an investigative report on January 24th, 2025. After review, on February 6, 2025, the commission issued an order scheduling a hearing for February 19th, 2025. On January 27, 2025, as I mentioned earlier, during the annual State of the Territory address, Governor Albert Brown Jr. announced that the Attorney General of the VI had filed a complaint in the Superior Court of the VI against VIGL, seeking a ruling that VIGL was in default of the franchise agreement to run horse races at the RDJ Racetrack. On February 10th, 2025, VIGL petitioned the commission to withdraw its request for a 6-month extension to construct the casino at the RDJ Racetrack and to cancel the hearing scheduled for February 19th, 2025, due to ongoing settlement discussions between VIGL and the government of the Virgin Islands, VVI. The commission granted VIGL's request by order dated February 11th, 2025. On March 5th, 2025, VIGL announced via press release that they had concluded their involvement in the RDJ redevelopment project, having reached an agreement with the GVI to return stewardship of the RDJ racetrack to the GVI. As a result, it was determined that the casino would not be constructed at RDJ racetrack by VIGL. The current law provides that only a holder of a horse racing franchise agreement can own and operate a casino at the RDJ racetrack. Consequently, the license issued by the Commission to VIGL on April 19, 2024 will expire April 19, 2025, in a little more than 30 days. The Commission thanks VIGL for its many efforts to revive horse racing and gaming at the RBJ racetrack, and hopes that another applicant will soon present it to the Commission for a license to own and operate a casino at the RBJ racetrack. Herein ends the chairman's report. Moving on to Director David. PG. Okay, sir. Report. Director David.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, Mr. Chair, all the commissioners,
Good morning.
all the members and staff and the representative of both TV and Carter. Good morning. Basically, I'd like to present the report of the for what was conducted by Division of Game Enforcement for the period of November 16, 2024 to March 4, 2025. One of the most important tasks that DGE is required to do is conduct due diligence investigation of every application that we've seen. During that period, the DG completed due diligence investigations for 7 casino service entity giving related applicants as qualifiers, and 1 CKE application. The DG also partially completed due diligence investigations of 3 qualifiers for casino service entity giving related license applicants. During that same period, DG closed out its investigation of 9 applications. These are applications that were terminated or applicants that were terminated or resigned prior to DGE completing the investigation. The DG opened 48 new files. Application received from the Casino Control Commission for various categories of investigations, from CHE, casino hotel employees, up to casino services entity giving related and non-related applications. I'd like to say that of the 48, within the past 2 months, DG received 38 of the 48 in the past 2 months. So these are what is received complaints. The DG completed 4 investigations of different complaints and submitted a report to the VICCC for further action. DG is presently working on 1 investigation, and that is submitted to the VICCC shop. There's a second page to my report that I see wasn't being submitted.
No surprises.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Request for technical assistance. No, I submitted to you on the package.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
I thought so.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, request for technical assistance, Jack for verification. During that period, the DG received approximately 23 requests for technical assistance from both DG and Carabel casinos. DG staff assisted the gaming technician at the casinos in addressing technical problems with EGMs to have these machines returning to the gaming floor. And again, I emphasize that the same staff that deals with the assistant technicians, the same staff that doing investigations. So if we get a request, we assist with the machine, whatever investigation, whether it's due diligence or complete investigations, they'll have to stop that and concentrate on the system because I'm giving that priority. So whenever they call, drop out the video, take care of the motion. Because in my mind, if the motions are not up and running, we're the revenue. So that is what the end is. So I just want to again emphasize that, which I've said many times. During that period of, as I just mentioned, the DG conducted a very extensive investigation of the of casino licensee, I should say, VIGL with regard to its petition for an extension. And we started sometime in December and called for it and was able to provide our investigative report to the company that it later February so that the commission could set up this proposed hearing. Unfortunately, that did not happen, but we did quite a bit of work trying to get everything together to provide that report to the commission in a timely manner. Training, the DG continues to provide training to all staff members, both online and at various conferences. As the chairman mentioned, regard to NAGRA, both the chairman and I are members of NAGRA planning committee, and we attend the monthly meetings of NAGRA with regard to for the members. Staffing. And I don't know how many times I've said that, but staffing is major problem. And presently, DG has 317 applications. We haven't touched it since. I was going through and trying to reorganize it. One was priority last week or last month, I don't remember. So let me just explain the way that we do it so that folks will have a better understanding. When we get the applications, I categorize them as to what I think is the most important. And those are the least important. To me, if you get the CKE, the key employee line, this is important. So even though we might get it this month, we might have an application from year before, that would have been priority. I would tell you stop that one from year before the bid. Let's say it's a casino hotel employee and concentrate on the CKE application. So there was always rotating that situation. So pull something that is new, concentrate on, whereby someone might say, well, I have an application in over a year or so. The application might stay there a bit longer based on the new applications that we get, based on the categorization of that particular application. So we have the casino key employees, the casino employee, we have the and the bottom of the we have the casino gaming regulated entities, and at the very bottom of the category, that's casino hotel employees. We figure that they are not as I wouldn't say they're not as important, but I think it's more important to concentrate on folks in the casino that make managerial or supervisory decision. So that we'll see exactly if there are any issues when we should configure it, should get our continue holding to the license. So that is the top category. Casino key employees. Just want to walk around to say that. So as I indicated, there are 317 applications that are there. So we get into them, but very slowly. NCIC, I know I reported about the issues that we had at the NCI, getting the NCIC report. And I met with Deputy Chamberlain from the VIP, it was in December. They're still having issues with the NCIC. However, within the past couple of months, she communicated with the FBI, and on a one-time basis, she was able to present the hard copies of the fingerprint cards, which is not normal. And she called me, I think it was Saturday, Sunday, and they processed this. So we should be getting NCIC that was request that was submitted for the past 6-7 months. We'll be getting this, but that's a one-time deal. And so let's say they're still working on the problem that we have in order to get it done the normal. So we'll see where that goes. So that slow community should be getting it this week. Friday, so should be getting everything that was back up. And what we try to do, and let me just say here, I just want to inform the process of how we operate. Even if we have a CHE application, we request the NCIC record check. Even if that application, the investigation for that applicant is at the lower end of the total pool. If the NCIC report shows that there is criminal activity was not charged, that application automatically rises to the top. So if you get the NCIC, you see exactly what that person was arrested for this, arrested for that, and we deal with that application, so the commission will be well enough to have the person to be the person. So I just want to that's how we handle this type of situation. I would like to talk a little on something else briefly, and that is just want to thank both Vivi and Carabel with regard to the compliance of the corporation. Let me just say, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank both Mr. Capers and Mr. Schaefer for the cooperation with DGE, which led to the successful completion of the compliance audit of the respective casinos, which resulted in VICCC's recent acceptance of the revisions to existing internal controls at both Carabel and Vivi. As you're all aware, this process began about a year ago, March of 2024, when I reached out to Spectrum Gaming Group requesting that Spectrum conduct a compliance audit of both casinos. In April 24, DGE entered into a contract with Spectrum to do just that. Soon thereafter, DGE communicated with Mr. Capers and Mr. Schaefer to schedule the audit and inform them of the documents that would be required by Spectrum. They both were very accommodating. The audit was completed. And in July 2024, DGE transmitted copies of the audit to the respective casinos, to Mr. Capers and Mr. Schaefer for the review and comments of the audit. In September of 2024, DGE scheduled separate meetings with Mr. Capers, Schaefer, and the commissioners and staff of the CCC to discuss Spectrum's findings and recommendation. I recommend the changes to the existing internal controls. Following that meeting, VICCC engaged both Mr. Capers and Mr. Schaefer over a period of time to develop the necessary changes, which result in the revision of the respective casinos' existing controls. I began the process because strong internal controls are necessary. Moreover, I believe that strict adherence to these internal controls is important because the casino is operating in a manner that it tells the VICCC that it will operate, which the VICCC accepts and expects the casino to operate in that manner. The end result is that there will be less investigations by the DGE for non-compliance, and therefore less complaints being filed against the casinos. So I just wanted to say thank you all, and I think the new the revision of the internal control that will make it easier for everyone. I just wanted to bring that. That's basically what I have, and I know I just want to say that, Mr. Chairman, that in the last several months we have been working diligently to try to get additional staff for BG. We haven't gotten the staff, so still where we are, and I'm exhausted. That's all I can say. The chairman said, Commissioner Brennan and I were in the office of one of the senators out there trying to get this stuff done until it was done. At the end of the day, nothing happened. I spoke to my boss recently. He said it's still trying. So I don't know what else to do, and I did quite a bit. The chairman was very helpful in trying to get it done. It has not been right. And yes, there's so much I can do. But we're trying to do all we can, working with the commission and to get things done. I don't feel it should be done. Fortunately, it's not as quickly as we like it. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Davis, and as President Clinton once said, I feel your pain.
Well, I think the pain is not only mine, the pain is everyone that's involved, because at the end of the day,
Yeah,
if DG cannot provide what is required to provide, the pain spreads to everyone in the community.
absolutely.
Okay.
You did mention it, I know I saw it, right? The backlog that you have,
Yeah.
you know, but you did something that I thought about when I was preparing my report, and it completely flew in my head, which was to also thank the licensees,
Okay.
you know, for their cooperation with the compliance audit.
Right.
And you know that we had some back and forth.
Right.
We had our meetings here, et cetera. The commission did approve the internal control, but I also know that Attorney Vidal,
Right.
you know, has some sense that he's been communicating with that we need to wrap up. package that, and again, thank you very much for putting that on the record. And then thanks again to the licensees. I forgot to mention, proceeding with licensees that, you will soon be getting a save the date. We're gonna have we're planning on having a nice celebration for the 30th anniversary. Sometime in the world. We would like to have, all the people that were there, and the exception, to participate. So, you'll be getting that, as Commissioner Renee stated, that he is the chair of the 30th anniversary celebration committee. And, we are looking forward to celebrating with, our stakeholders, especially those that were there from the beginning. So thank you for that. So there lies the completes the reports of the officers and DGE. So we're gonna move on to the next order of business, which is new business. And before we do that, I need to take the 5-minute recess. So this hearing stands in recess. Recess is over. We are back on the record. The next order of business is agenda item number 6 under new business. There are 3 sub-items under item 6. Item A to C. We begin with item A, which is approval of VICC resolution number 001-2025. Article 2, item 4 of the commission's bylaws state that all officers, except the chair who is appointed by the governor, shall be elected by the majority vote of the commissioners present and voting at the annual meeting at which the election is held. The regular commission meeting in January of each year is designated as the annual meeting for the purpose of the expiration of officers' terms. The commission met in executive meeting number 001-2025 and so elected officers for the current year, hence resolution number 001-2025. I will entertain motion for the approval of this resolution. Commissioner Renee?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the VICC resolution number 001-2025. A resolution of the Virgin Islands Casino Control Commission for the election of officers that took place at the executive meeting held on January 31st, 2025, after which Commissioner Karen P. Herman was elected to serve as Vice Chairman of the Virgin Islands Casino Control Commission, and Luther F. Renee elected to serve as the Secretary Treasurer of the Virgin Islands Casino Control Commission. Mr. Chairman, I so move.
Your second?
I second the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Commissioner Renee move the motion to approve VICC resolution number 001-2025. It was seconded by Vice Chair Herman Purcell. Hearing no objections, the motion is hereby adopted. Moving on to item 6B, which is the approval of licensure resolution number 001-2025 to ratify action taken in our executive meeting number 002-2025 for the issuance of statements of compliance for proceeding of employees, gaming and non-gaming related entities, and the issuances of licenses in the same categories. Motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the VICC accept the licensure resolution number 001 2025. A resolution of the Virgin Islands Casino Control Commission to approve statements of compliance on casino employee and casino service entity licenses pursuant to Virgin Islands Code, Title 32, Sections 433, 436, 441, 446, at a meeting held on March 5th, 2025. I so move.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion to accept licensure resolution number 001 for 2025.
Thank you. The motion to approve VICCC licensure resolution number 001 2025 has been made by Commissioner Renee, seconded by Commissioner Herman Purcell. There is no objection. The motion is hereby approved. The next item on the agenda is item number 6C, which states the approval of VICCC resolution number CL 002/2025. However, we're not going to move to approve, we're going to move to vote on to issue the license to the three applicants. And so I call Commissioner Renee for that motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the VICCC issue casino 3 licenses to Treasure Bay VI LLC, Victory Shores Inc., and Limestar LLC, based on the application submitted and the statements of compliance issued by VICCC effective February 2nd, 2024 to February 1, 2025, and effective February 1, 2025 to April 2nd, 2025. That shows by clear and convincing evidence that eligibility criteria have been met to continue to own and operate the DV Casino Bay Resort and casino located at number 5035 Turner Hill, Christiansted, Turner Hall, Christiansted, St. Croix, VI. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Renee.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion to issue the casino 3 licenses to Treasure Bay VI LLC, Victory Shores Inc., and Limestar Inc. I second that motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Purcell. The motion to issue the license, the casino licenses to Treasure Bay VI LLC, Victory Shores Inc., and Limestar LLC has been moved by Commissioner Renee and seconded by Commissioner Herman Purcell. Hearing no objection, the motion is hereby approved. I believe that we've covered all the items on the agenda. Next item would be the any other business. Colleagues, any other business at this time?
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you so much. If there is no further business, oh, I'm
I
sorry.
have questions.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah, I just, with regard to the license, statement of compliance and license that will issue. That will issue to the individual applicants.
Yes,
Are we going to get a separate license for each one so that we can place it in the respective files, the separate document, so it's placed in the respective files?
yes,
Okay, because I know in the past we have done it sometimes. I just want to ensure that we get one for each of the applicants, or because we have the files so that we place the license posted in the compliance files.
yes. Are you speaking of the casino Right, so the entire,
Yeah, every individual that's listed, I know it's quite a bit,
yes,
but it's necessary for us, especially when we do the reports, we make reference to the license what they have.
is that what you normally, you normally get those, don't you?
We have done it sometimes, and sometimes we don't. Sometimes you just get, it's something like this, it's on the resolution stated, people get some license and so on. But what we like, what we have done sometimes, which is the better method, is each individual will get a license for that particular person. Versus name of the license, and we have that in the file.
Okay, so, when, hopefully that doesn't happen again, and if it does, then you speak up.
Yeah, sometimes things, because what happens is that if the resolution comes in and then we expect to get the license, then we might get something without the line, sometimes we get the individual license sometimes. Sometimes just, it's here.
And I appreciate you bringing that to our attention, and, that should not be going forward. But going forward, the resolutions, the statements of compliance and licenses will accompany the resolution.
Right.
That's
Each one, so that we have to start probably what the time, so that we can insert it in any respective ones.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Am I correct, Chair? You signed, you signed, you
Yeah.
spent all afternoon signing
Yes.
statements, so we do have them.
Yes,
What was that?
you do.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And that's why,
That's-
usually I have the, show me. I have a stack like this. Yesterday afternoon, I had a writer's strike. It's okay. Yeah. Anyway,
So I just thought it was important to state on the record that the statement of compliance are individually
Yes.
signed by the chair.
Correct.
yes,
We need to get a copy.
yes, okay, thanks again, I would, like to extend my thanks, and appreciation to the commission staff. For today's, meeting. Thanks to the participants, those in attendance. For their contribution, I'd like to thank, Stenographer Ms. Williams. Our next quarterly meeting is scheduled for June 25th, 2025. I'd like to put on the record that today is the last meeting for license and compliance officer, Ms. Austri, who is moving on from the commission. We wish to thank her for her services to the commission. We wish her well in future endeavors. Thank you all again. The quarterly regular meeting and hearing number 001/2025 for Wednesday, March 12th, 2025, of the Virgin Islands Casino Commission is hereby adjourned.